chaos. This is where we are currently at in the moment. Chaos. It's a thing in beauty when this does not involve your team. That's definitely for certain. Yeah. Right now they're doing the Indy 500. Right now they're showcasing the Indy 500, and right now they are showing a red flag. That is very, very unfortunate that there's a red flag. Hope that person is doing all right. So yeah, so today is a big, big day. So let's go ahead and let's show let's go ahead and show the standings because it's a big one. It is definitely a big. This is the biggest, one of the more biggest weeks of the United Football League because we got two games and we're going to stream both of them today. Have really big playoff implications. But the game that we are on right now, that game in particular has really, really big implications. Like really big implications. So let's go ahead and let's show you the standings as of right now on ESPN. So we have now we have new company. And that new company is the Orlando store. Well, and that new company is the DC Defenders. And you might be thinking, why did the Defenders clinch a playoff spot? They had 3 straight weeks of trying to win and clinch a playoff spot. How did they already miss the playoffs? How did they make it? Well, let me show you. Because the Aviators managed to upset the Stallions yesterday, which was a really wild game. If you did not watch this game, man, you missed out a banger yesterday. It was a really, really good game. So this is where we're at the moment. Because of the Aviators win, they're still alive, and the Defenders now punched their ticket into the playoffs. So now we have two teams clinched and 2 playoff spots remaining. So the first game that we have is the Dallas Renegades taking on the Louisville Kings. So at this very, very, very moment, both teams are fighting. They're trying to fight. They're fighting to stay alive. What up, Anthony? How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Happy early Memorial Day to those, and thank you to those who served our country, sacrificing themselves to make this country a better place. We salute those that sacrifice themselves. We thank you so very much. Thank you. So, they're not showing so I wonder where are they going to show the UFL game. I wonder where they're going to show the UFL game because the Indy 500 is still it's still going on because of the Indy 500, but we're not quite 100% sure. But while we wait to figure out where this game is going to be for the time being, let's go ahead and talk about what we got so far. Oh, you're not okay. So if you're just tuning in, so because of the Indy 500, and it is pouring in Louisville. Oh, great! Wow. So it was raining. Is it under a delay? Is it a delay or not? It looks like they're ready to kick it off. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, so Dallas Renegades. They are. If you're looking at the bottom line right here, it's panic time. Look at the screen. Dallas is eliminated today with a loss. And if the Kings win out, they are in. So that is what's on the line right now. Dallas is very surprised. Dallas is surprising of what they have been right now because they were a team that started 3-0. They started the season as one of the hottest teams coming into the 2026 season to start off the year. However, after that 3-0 start, they lost 5 in a row with Austin Reed, who struggled last time against the Kings. 14 for 28, 195 yards, a touchdown, but 4 interceptions, which 2 of them were pick sixes. The Kings made Austin Reed look terrible that day. So I wonder what adjustments can the Renegades made. But yeah, so shocking that usually if you start off the year with 3-0, you usually are in the playoffs, but not right now, because right now the Renegades are facing elimination if they lose today. And there's a lot of teams that are rooting for the Renegades, especially Stallions fans, because if they would have won, they have tiebreaker over the Kings. But now with that loss to Columbus, now they're behind against the Kings. So they need the Kings to lose. They need the Kings to lose in order to stay alive. Because if the Kings win, not only Dallas is gone, but Columbus will be gone from elimination. And also the Gamblers will be gone for elimination. So this is why I have this game as my game of the week. It's because there's a lot of things that can play out. Renegades winning meaning a lot of several things. If the Renegades win, that means a lot of things could still happen. That means that all the teams that I mentioned that could be eliminated with the Kings win. But if Dallas win, that means everybody else is still alive. It is still fair game for everybody else. So that is where we're at the moment. That's where we are at the moment. Who is going to what? Who's going to punch the tickets? Who's going to claim the 2 remaining spots? I predict it was Defender, Storm, Battlehawks, and Renegades. That's who I predicted. Right now, I'm 2 for 2. But who else? Who's going to join them? Who freaking knows, man? That's just a better question. Who's going to join them? And that is why we are streaming 2 games today, because they're big implications. Yes, so Orlando Storm clinched the playoff spot. They have the 1 seed. Defenders currently have the 3 seed. Battlehawks have the 2 seed, and the Kings have the 4th seed. Everybody's in the hunt. 2 teams clinched, but everybody else is still in the hunt. Nobody is safe except for Storm and Defenders. But everybody else, oh man, it's gonna be fireworks. That's why I'm looking forward to this. That's why I am looking forward to this. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit wet. It was raining a little bit while ago in the King, so we might see players might be slipping. They got to get used to They got to get used to the grass. But hopefully, we're gonna get ourselves some really good games today, regardless of such. It's gonna be a lot of fun while we tear into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun when we tear into it. But yeah, so I know Corey Mayfield is out for that's one of the biggest players that are out on the King side of things. I know he's out. Running back D.D. Hunter from the Renegades is also out for today. So this is going to be very, very interesting stuff coming in. Yeah, I'm just surprised that the Renegades are that far down to the bottom. I thought they were going to be in the playoffs. But 74 degrees, scattered showers. 74 degrees. It looks like the Renegades will have the ball first. Looks like they will have the ball first. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, UFL fans, you want chaos? Let's go ahead and give you guys a chaos. Looks like that's a Gene Harris, that looks like. Ready to return the kick. So here we go. Renegades and Kings is officially underway. Taking it from the 10 is the Renegades. Past the 30, we'll get tackled at the 37. Austin Reed. So this is round 2 between the Renegades and the Kings. And Reed was absolute, and the Renegades got absolutely drenched on the offense. Absolutely getting dog watered in the offense. Yeah, that was a Gene Harris with the kickoff. All right. But the Kings defense did a really nice job. Can they do the same here? First down to 10 at the 36-yard line. Reed's going to hand us off to Merriweather. Merriweather gets a really nice run up the left, and he will get down around the 44-yard line in King's territory. And it already looks like Merriweather's hurt. Ellis Merriweather's already hurt. You just lost D.D. Hunter, and now are you really about to lose your second running back already? First play of the game. And you're already losing your running back, your backup. Oh, and it looks like Merriweather got his ankle rolled up in the process. That is not a good sign. So that means you have the 2 other running backs, Lorenzo Lingard and Keegan Jones. Those are their other 2 running backs. That was definitely a bad tackle. Cam Gill, what a monster of a defensive player he has been this year. Could be a chance that he could record double-digit sacks this year. He is that good. Number 46 on the Kings. Really great player. Great player on the edge. First down and 10 at the Kings 44-yard line. And this one is going to be handed off to Keegan Jones. Keegan Jones is going to get a gain of 4. They're going to be at the 40 now. Second down and 6. So, of course, the consistency of the Kings' offense is definitely an issue. But, of course, their defense is definitely one of the biggest highlight of there's a thing. Ooh, hold on. I just realized you can't see the possession, but you know it's Renegades because this is not lit up yet. See, going up the middle again. That's only going to be good for a yard, and that is Lorenzo Lingard again. And that's Lorenzo Lingard for a gain of 1. Now it's third down 5. So remember, you cannot punt. Once you cross the 50, you cannot punt. You can only go for it, or you could go for a field goal here. Jamie Sharper, the defensive coordinator for the Kings, he's been doing a really good job winning the last 4 out of the 5 games so far for this team. He's been doing absolutely amazing. Third down and 5. Going with a play, and looked like he might have gotten it, but looks like he's got tackled at short of 2. And he will be taken down by Travis Bell, number 98 of the Kings. So defensive showdown is there. Does the Renegades go for it or decide to go for a field goal? What do they do? You cannot punt. It's 4th and 2. Playoff hopes are on the line here. Dallas, again, I will be mentioning this throughout the day. If they lose, they are officially eliminated from playoff contention. And it looks like Rick Neuheisel is going to go ahead and call his timeout to try to figure out what can they do. Do they go for it, or do they kick a field goal to start off? big run from Merriweather, and then they've just been doing nothing but running the ball. So that's all they've been doing. They've been running the ball so far. We have not seen a pass from Austin Reed lately. I mean, remember, if you look back 4 weeks ago, he got absolutely clobbered. He got absolutely clobbered at the time. So looks like the offense is staying back onto the field. Austin Reed is still there, so they are going for it. What trickery does the Renegades have to stay alive? They need to get to the 34-yard line. They're at the Kings 36. Keep an eye on Tyler Vaughn's. Dropping back is Reed. First pass, and that's a great connection to Tyler Vaughn's. Great block. That is going to be touchdown for the Renegades. What an amazing block by Emmanuel Butler on the left sideline. Oh my goodness, what a block. It looked like a slant route. It was one-on-one, and the speed just got to it looked like a crossing route. And then look at 17, Emmanuel Butler with the block, giving Vaughn's a lane to run for the touchdown. That was great. That was a beautiful play set. That was a great setup. It was a crossing route. Vaughn's got open. Butler was covering Cameron Dantzler. Touchdown, Renegades. That is something that you definitely need if you are a Renegades fan. The extra point will be up, and the extra point is good. So now the Kings will need to know how they can respond. But yeah, so there's going to be a good amount of teams that need the Renegades to win. Like I mentioned, Gamblers need the Renegades to win. The Aviators need the Renegades to win. And the Stallions are going to need the Renegades to win. Because again, like if the Kings win, you're knocking like about a quarter of the teams from being eliminated from playoff contention. As I mentioned, like I said, if you look at the bottom line that I created down to the bottom of the screen, that is what is at stake for the moment. That is what is at stake at the moment. Yes, kitty cat. Yes, yes, yes. So all right. So if you guys are thinking about like, what do you think about the Defenders region playoffs? Well, first, I'm happy we are in the playoffs again. It just feels at the same time that I'm seeing fans on Twitter saying like I felt undeserved because like we had to get help because we were on a 3-game losing skid. Sometimes, I mean, there's going to be times where you just need a bit of help. That way we got the help from the Aviators, and I felt like I have all the support from the Columbus Aviators. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with that 100%. That the Aviators managed to win and help the Defenders clinch a spot in the playoffs. So I'm happy with that. I'm definitely happy with that. But yesterday's game, like that is game of the year material right there. Like, it was crazy about that game was that the Aviators did not lead until there was like a minute 16 remaining of the fourth quarter. They were behind the entire time. As long as you manage to get the lead before the clock hits 0, there you go. Like you won the game right there. That's mainly all you need. That's mainly all you need. It's great. Like those types of games have been great. Look at that. Last 4 weeks, 14 defensive takeaways. That is impressive. Like, and that was after the trade they made for Jason Bean to the Defenders, and Chandler Rogers has stepped in. And right now, they've been doing really well, especially sweeping the Defenders. Shoot. That's impressive in its own right. Taking it from the 2 are the Kings. Past the 30 and then the 40. And he'll get down at the 41. That's a really decent return, really good return from the Kings right there. And that is Hudson with the return here. And here comes Chandler. Here comes Chandler Rogers with the going out into the field. James Robinson, part of the backfield. The run game has definitely been improved, especially from what we saw from the beginning of the season. They lacked the run game, but now with the sign of James Robinson, doing a good job. Doing a really good job trying to establish a run game here. Speaking of James Robinson, he's going to get the carry, and he will only get about 2 yards. And he was trying to go left on the left hashes, the left yard hashes. But definitely keep your eye on the receiving core as well. Like, they're no stranger. Lucky Jackson, Tariq Black, Isaiah Winstead, when he's healthy, he can become a threat to any of the opposing secondary team. So it's good stuff. Second down and 8. It's good stuff. Chandler Rogers on second down and 8. And he's going to hand this off to Robinson again. Robinson's still on his feet. There is a flag on the play. He will get down around the 48, 49-yard line. So we will see what will be our penalty. It will be our first one of the day. Dang. Personal foul face mask onto Dallas on Donald Payne, a linebacker. That's an automatic first down. Let's see. Face mask. His fingers curled up under the face mask. You cannot have your fingers curled up under face mask. That is what they will call. That is definitely what they're going to call 100% of the time. 100% of the time they will call that. Rogers dropping back the pass now. Catch is connected. That's about a gain of 5. And that catch was made by Zach Davidson. So look at that. 15 years as an NFL assistant, 23 years as a college football assistant. It's like you have all that experience, especially with Rick Neuheisel coming in as well. And 25.8 points allowed per game, worse in the UFL. Not good. Hand off to James Robinson, and he does get the first down, and he will be tackled at the 26. First down, Kings. Slowly but surely, the Kings are driving down the field, trying to tie up the score with Dallas, at least. It'll be first down 10. They're at the edge of going to the red zone here. Robinson is still in the backfield. He's going to carry that off to Robinson. Robinson still on his feet, and that's about 4 yards. So small gains, but they're decently sized small gains. It's not like he's only gaining about 2 yards or stuff like that. Renegades rush defense in 5 losses, 29.8 carries a game, 125.8 yards allowed per game, and allowed 10 touchdowns. And that's not just 5 losses. That's just 5 losses in a row. And second down and 6, Isaiah Winstead. And just a trickery is Tariq Black on the end around. And he only gets 3 yards. They're trying to do a little bit of trickery, but it didn't really work out. But at least they gained yards and not ended up losing a lot of yards. So there will be 3rd and 3. They faked a handoff to Robinson, and then they pitched it to Black with an end around, but didn't really execute how they wanted it to be. But that's what it is at the end of the day. They're now inside the red zone at the 19. They need to get past the 16 to extend their drive. Jones, there's a flag, and that pass was intended for Lucky Jackson, but we will need to see what penalty it is. Maybe offsides or illegal motion. Oh, dang. Offsides on Dallas. And that was 33. So that is automatic first down for the Kings. So the drive extends for the Kings because offsides. Number 95, his helmet was right at the ball. It looks like his helmet was right where the ball is at. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Dallas. Hand off to Robinson, but he will lose a yard this time. He will lose a yard that time. All right. He will lose a yard that time, so that's fine. Only second down and 11. I mean, Chris Rowland really had a revenge game over the Atlanta Storm. That was crazy enough. Yeah, DTR did not do well last night. Second 11. Chandler Rogers checks down to Robinson. Robinson makes a move, and he will get down at the 9-yard line. He is about 5 yards short. That's a gain of 6. So he's 5 yards away from the first down. So it'll be 3rd and 5. And also if we look, I think the Kings are favored by 1.5. So they are the ones that are favored today. They are the team that is favored today. Third down to 5. About 7.5 minutes remaining. About 5 minutes into their drive. Rogers, he's going to roll to his left. It looks like he's going to run it, and he will, and he's going to be just shy. He's a yard short. He's down at the 5. The first down marker is at the 4. He is very close. You might need to go for it here, because if you might want to go for it here. It's early in the game. It's early in the game, right? And if you don't get it, the Renegades will start in their own 5. And if they go a fast 3 and out, you might have proper field position. They need this. Robinson in the backfield. And they're in shotgun formation. I don't like being a shotgun in such shortage. Robinson up the middle, got it. First down in goal at the 3. They got what they needed. And they're just taking their sweet time. They're not trying to be cute or not trying to be having these big plays. Snap is a little high, though. But they're really taking their time. Because almost 5 minutes, or they're definitely over 6 minutes on their drive. They want to make sure Dallas defense gets tired off the field. Winstead in motion. Robinson in the backfield. Robinson trying to get out of traffic. And it looks like the ball popped down. Robinson has fumbled the ball. And it's Renegades ball. Turnover. Kings by James Robinson. All that time and they get nothing. All that time and they got nothing. Yeah, that's a fumble for sure. Antoine Jackson will be the one with the recovery. Oh, that is definitely a gut punch right there. Stallion fans, Columbus fans, and Houston fans are shouting in glee right now. 6 minutes and 4 seconds left of the first quarter. Well, that was definitely a little twist of events. A slow, methodical drive that ended up having the Kings score nothing. Fumbling at the 3. Yeah, not the best case scenario for this team. Absolutely not. Not the best case scenario. So now the Kings got to adjust. Okay, how can we stop not only the run game, but how can we prevent Tyler Vaughns from getting open again? That now is your big test. That's what the adjustments that you got to make throughout the game. How can we stop Tyler Vaughns? Because right now your running backs are Lingard and Lorenzo Lingard and Keegan Jones. Because Merriweather got himself a little bit of a unfortunate injury on the first play of the game. So, and yeah, so I believe that, yeah, like I said, like Corey Mayfield is hurt right now. Yeah, I think Corey Mayfield is currently hurt. He is not playing, so their secondary is a little bit banged up. So it's up to the King. So it's up to the other players on the Kings to try to find try to find ways to stop the passing offense. Stink they fumbled. It was Sting they fumbled too. But who punched it out? That was a bigger question. Who was the one that punched it out? It was number 3 who technically punched. It was number 3 on the Renegades. Oh, come on. Out of my way. I said out of my way. It was number 3 on the Renegades. I'm trying to figure out who that player was. Can't figure out who it is, but number 3 on the Renegades got that big tackle. All right. Trying to run up the middle, getting nowhere. So only about barely a yard. Only a yard, and that would be Lorenzo Lingard with the carry. Yeah, Lorenzo Lingard with the carry. Got to feel bad for James Robinson, man. You gotta take better care of the ball. Gotta take better care of the ball. Also, Reed only 1 for 1, 36 yards and a touchdown on that 4th down pass. Looks like man coverage. Lingard tried to run right, but going nowhere. No gain on the run. Still stuck at the 5. Still stuck at the 5. And that was Steel Chambers with the with the tackle right here. They're down 8 for the Kings. Boston Reed passing from his end zone. That's kind of risky. And he's going to go ahead and try to run, but he will run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So there's a fast 3 and out. And depending on how they will punt the ball, the Kings might have some good field position. So fast 3 and out. And he just could not find anything. He had all this space and just could not find any more. When there's Vaughn's wide the heck open, but the pressure got into Reed. He did not see him down the field when he had the time to throw. He has to see that. He has to see that. Punt away. Lucky Jackson with the return. He will go past the 50, past the 40, past the punter to the 20, 10, touchdown, Kings. Lucky Jackson with a punt return. Wow. Lucky Jackson with the light they need. After the fumble, they decided to answer back. Chris Redmond definitely excited right now. Punt return touchdown from Lucky Jackson. He almost stepped out of bounds too. Yeah, why did you do this to me? He was close to step out of bounds, and that was for 37 yards. That is a 73. That's a 63-yard punt return touchdown, and he just shook the punter. Bye. Poor punter. Chris Redmond definitely very, very excited. Former defender, baby. Lucky Jackson. I love Lucky Jackson. Kings definitely got themselves like a hidden they got themselves a hidden gem for Lucky Jackson. Looks like Rick Neuheisel is upset over something. Ooh, uh-oh. Dallas looks like Rick Neuheisel is going to throw a super challenge. He believes there is a block in the back. I don't know about blocking the back. It more like he was blocking him by the shoulder. It's more of a block in the shoulder than it is in the back. Wow. So they're going to say, yes, block in the back on the Kings. Oh, why? Yeah, his right arm did touch his back and he pushed him. So that is indeed blocking the back. So no punt return for Lucky Jackson. So first and 10 for Kings, but first and 10 for the Kings at the 45-yard line. No punt return touchdown for the Kings. So looks like they got to do it on the offense again. Can't do that, man. Cannot do that. Can't do block in the back. Cannot do that. Oh, man. Try to see who was that player that committed block in the back. It was Antonio Greer Jr. that got called for block in the back. Well, if you are a Stallion fan, Renegade, Aviators, Gambus fans, that little weight just got lifted off your shoulders just for a second. It just got lifted off your shoulders for a bit. So, Kings still got proper field position, do not get me wrong, but it would have been a lot better if the Kings had a touchdown right there from Lucky Jackson. So, does that mean Lucky Jackson will need to find a way to get himself wide open and run for a touchdown? Maybe. But we have to wait and see, find out what they can do. But good challenge from Rick Neuheisel. They prevented a touchdown off the board. Every point matters right now. That was a challenge they definitely needed, because if those 7 points matter, any point matters. Heck, even 1 point matters. 1 point, every single point matters. And that's why we encourage players to make sure, take the points you can. Take any point you can, because you will need it. The UFL playoffs coming soon. I'm excited. I wonder what matchups are we going to get for the playoffs. Yeah, week 5. Yeah, Wheeler had himself a great touchdown day. Ian Wheeler, 47-25. That was week 5 with Wheeler with 4 rushing TDs, which is a UFL record. Well, right now, Dallas is leading 7-0. Their offense is now being the ones that is cooking for the time being. First and 10 from their own 45 now is the Kings, turning the ball. After they block in the back on the punt return for a touchdown, and a great challenge by Rick Neuheisel. So he does not have a challenge now. Heading off to Wheeler, and Wheeler breaks speed past the 35 and will get down at the 30-yard line. Speed is deadly. So that was That was 25. That was about 25 yards for the rush for Ian Wheeler, who once again he had 4 rushing touchdowns against the Renegades back in week 5. That speed, and that was speed right there. Whew. And they've been running the ball a lot because they probably had know that okay, Dallas is a weak run game. And it's Wheeler again, but this time he will not go anywhere. He will lose 2 yards on the play. It looks like Tyler will be the one. Tyler will be the one to take him down. Jeremiah Tyler. And now your Kings are facing 2nd down and 12 at the 32-yard line. Yeah, King starting QB. Chandler Rogers is 3-1. Dropping back is Rogers. Connects to Zach Davidson for about 6 yards. So now you're 3rd down and 7. You're 7 yards away from a first down marker. 3rd and 6. Wheeler's going to be in the backfield. There's still Lucky Jackson, Tariq Black. There's Lucky Jackson. He's going to line him on the slot. Drop him back. Rogers, he's going to go ahead and run, and he's only going to slide, and he's only going to be 2 yards short. So now you're looking 4th and short or 4th and 2, but there is a flag on the field, and that's going to be holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty because he gained yards, so now it will be 3rd down and 12. Oh, actually, yeah. So there's going to be 2 penalties for the Kings because of that block in the back. So now both teams have 2 penalties on both sides of the ball. And there's a hold, on 72, the right tackle. Yeah, not a good idea to do that. That was on Juwan Bushell Beatty, I believe. That is what the penalty's on. Now they're facing 3rd and 16, so they got a long ways to go. They got a long way to go. They got to get to the 21-yard line. But Tanner Brown's a really good kicker. He did make a 4-point field goal last week against the Defenders. Pressure incoming. Here comes the screen. Here comes Wheeler. And Wheeler, thinking he was going to get some room, but he will get tackled at the 27, 26-yard line. So he did get some proper field goal position. So I would just put out the field goal unit for the Kings at the moment. But really good stuff. Good stuff for Wheeler. Really good runs in his first drive, in his first carry attempts. Definitely figure out how you can utilize your run attack. And here comes Tanner Brown, the 2nd kicker ever in the UFL to have a 4-point field goal with Matt McCrane. This one will be a 45-yard field goal coming from his left hash. Snaps there. Kick is up. It looks like it's just good. It is indeed just good. So instead of a touchdown, they get a field goal, which is better than nothing, given the circumstances of what just happened. But now the Renegades are still leading 7-3. We only have 46 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. But let's see. I have RFK and he's a stallion. RFK. He's on Twitter. He's a Stallions fan. He's just rolling. He just had a picture of like Robert Downey Jr. like as Tony Stark, and he's just like has his eyes rolling. because of the situation as the Stallions in. Because next week, right now, the Stallions have to face against the Gamblers, and they lost to the Gamblers back in week 2, which was one of the more shocking upsets. It's so crazy now. Now if you're talking about more shocking upsets, it involves the Stallions. They lose to the Gamblers in week 2, and they lost to the worst team record wise of the Columbus Aviators. It's shocking. It's really shocking to see what the world is going on. Oh man, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. It is indeed beautiful. So Renegades should just take care. Renegades just need to take proper care of the ball. They're doing a good job so far, making sure that Austin Reed and the other Renegades are not turning over the ball, which was the biggest downside in their first matchup. The Kings got to have better ball security. They're having a decent run game with Wheeler. So I feel like they should utilize more Wheeler and Robinson as they can. But yeah, let's kill them. That block in the back was definitely killer. And Rick was like, yeah, that's blocking the back. Oh, yeah, that's blocking the back. Because it looked like from the angle, like from where you're seeing, it looks like he only put the shoulder. But when you turn it to the back view, he had his right arm on his back. So that's why they called it blocking the back. But like I said, so yeah, the only two teams that have clinched the playoffs is the Storm and Defenders. Those are the only teams that have clinched the playoffs. 2 spots remain. Here's the return. This is a Gene Harris once again. He is past the 30, and he will get tackled at the 30. And Austin Reed will come back onto the field and get the party started. So like I said again, I'll say it multiple times. Dallas, they will lose if they will be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss. If the Kings win their last 2 games, today against the Renegades and next week against the Aviators, which is also on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, they will clinch a playoff spot. So that is what is at stake at the moment. 40 seconds remaining, and we are going to then, if you're watching on Fox Sports 1, make sure you switch over to Fox once the quarter's over. Reed going hella deep and incomplete. And it looks like there might be pass interference on the Kings on number 2. Oh, man. Oh, no. Calling it on Keaton Ellis. That's going to be a spot foul, and that was a deep ball, too. Oh, that's so not good. And he's going to commit it right around the 25-yard line. So you just gave him a big edge right there. That's passing. And Ellis is definitely really upset with that. Now at the 25-yard line, thanks to the pass interference, 1 yard gain on the run. And that might be the final play of the game. Depending on what they do here. Are they going to do a snap? Keaton Ellis that plays the pass now, so just got to do what you can. All right. End of the first quarter. Now. Kings are only down by 4. Renegades leading at the end of the first quarter, winning 7-3 at the end of the first. And now we can go ahead and head on over to Fox. Head on over to the United Football League on Fox. So, offense, both sides kind of moving. Kings were making plays on their own, but the fumble happened from the Renegades. I think the backbreaker was a fumble from the Kings. And, of course, you also have the block in the back on the punt return that prevented Lucky Jackson from getting a touchdown to tie the game. And the Renegades right now are knocking on the Kings' doorstep, trying to extend their lead with another touchdown. Keaton Ellis also getting flagged for pass interference. So We've only got 5 penalties combined so far between these two teams. So, how dig dong fun. So, if you guys are joining in, so next week, not next week. So, later tonight, we are also going to stream game number 2 of the UFL doubleheader, which is Battlehawks versus Gamblers. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. That game will start. We will jump over to that stream once this game is over. Unless it's a blowout, and then I could take a look. If it ends early, it's a blowout, I could take a break. But if it does go past 7 Eastern, then we will jump. If we could jump straight on over to the other game between the Battlehawks and Gamblers. So that will be the plan coming up soon, and I'll make another reminder on that when we are about to reach the fourth quarter or sometime around that. Once everything starts getting a little bit spicy. Because we like it when football gets spicy. We like it when football is in chaos. That's what we love. It's what we love. It is what we love. So they're at the Renegades will be at the 24-yard line. We are now in the second quarter now. But yeah, Renegades are 3-0, and then they lost 5 straight. Which, if they are eliminated from playoff contention, we might see probably the first ever midseason collapse. And last year, the Dallas started 3-1 last year, and they did not miss and they missed the playoffs, and ended with 5-5. But I believe, like, if you start 3-0, I think that's worse. And that means we need to dive deeper to what happened with the Renegades this year. Second down, 9 at the 24-yard line. Re-drop it back. He's going a little deep, and he had a man open. Yeah, a man open. Yeah, a little man open. That was Curtis Hodges, the tight end. That was open in the back. That was open on that little route, that little crossing route. 3rd down and 9. Third down and 9. Looks like empty backfield. Look, Lingard at the top of your screen now. You got 3 wide receivers at the bottom. Pressure coming in, and Reed is going to get sacked. He will get sacked for the first time today. And this is where the Kings started to be really deadly. Was it Cam Gill who got him? Cam Gill was there with the pressure. Cam Gill was there with the pressure. Cam Gill, what a freaking monster he has been. Really nice, really great. 49-yard attempt. 49-yard attempt from Colton Thieker. And it looks like Dallas decides to take their second charge timeout. Taking another timeout. Interesting. I don't know why they 4th and 15. I mean, that's a reach, kid. Obviously, I do like the green when it's reflected from the sun on the helmets for the Kings. I do like that. That is something I do like. Looks like Dallas are going to try to extend their lead with Colton Thieker was it, 49 yards now? 49 yards coming off of from his left hash. His long was 51. So this is 49. So relatively similar distance. The kick is up, and it looks like the kick is good. So Dallas has extended the lead back to a touchdown, with the score being 10-3. With the score being 10-3. Oh yeah, it's freaking Jalen Rogers having himself a game after he got freaking knocked the hell out. Yeah, those two losses to the Kings, that was definitely, man. That was not good, man. Since taking a big hit, he's 26 for 40, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Been playing better, I will say. Yeah, definitely been playing better. DC has a curse when it comes to playing in teams that were wearing green. Tampa Bay Vipers, the Orlando Guardians, and Louisville Kings. Like, that's our curse. Our curse is green teams. Why? I don't freaking know. I don't know. We can't beat a team in green, apparently. It looks like Wheeler will take the return, and he will only get to the 26 or 27-yard line. So, and there is another penalty in the game. Looks like they might be going further back, maybe, depending on what the flag is. Legal block in the back again. Oh my goodness. Kings cannot catch a break. They just can't catch a break. Yeah, and they call a penalty on Robertson. Yeah, that was a penalty on Derek Robertson. Yeah, that game, that was definitely frustrating because we had 2 potential turnover games that just got nullified because of penalties in that game. Nothing we could do about that. Nothing we can do about that. So first down 10, 13 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Kings will start their drive on their own 15. Handing off to Robinson. And Robinson, good cut to the left. And he got some distance past the 30, past the 35. He will get down at the 38-yard line. That is a gain of 23 for James Robinson. Good. So far, the 1-2 punch combo between Robinson and Wheeler have been really doing well so far. Of course, aside from the fumble aside from the fumble they had earlier, but right now both running backs have some really good gains on the run. They're gonna hand this off to Robinson again, and Robinson gets a gain about 4, which is decent. Not a big gain, but it's decent gain to trying to shorten the distance between them and the first down marker. So second down 6. Robinson's still in the backfield, I believe. Hands off again. Yard short. That's a gain of 5. Third down to 1 now. It is third down to 1. So do you want to give it? So you want to hand it off to Robinson again, or what are you going to do? Robinson, 10 rushes for 49 yards. He is averaging 4.9 yards a carry. And of course, he got that big 23-yard rush right off the rip. So if you exclude that, then he would have 9 rushes for 29 yards. gonna hand this off, and he keep handing off to Robinson. That was 3 straight handoff plays to James Robinson, and they got nothing out of that one. So I don't know why you want to run for 3. No, they handed off 4 times because it was a first down from Robinson, and they just handed off again. They handed off to Robinson 4 times in a row. Like, at least try to pass it. At least try to mix something up here, Redmond. Come on now. They didn't really mix up the game plan here. Punt is away now to the Renegades. Deep punt. Gets it at the 10. And he will get down at the 20. But I don't know why you didn't want to try something different, like, I don't know, a screen pass or something. I don't know why you want to hand off to Robinson 4 times in a row. Dude, like, that's something Adam Gase would do with Frank Gore or Le'Veon Bell in the 2020 Jets season. Like, it was predictable. Ugh. Oh, Lord. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but they kind of like, they were kind of, I don't know, on that drive, they were kind of like banging their heads against the wall and expected different results right there. I did not like that. That was 4 runs in a row handing off to James Robinson. That I did not like. Wasn't a fan. Was not a fan. She got 12 items. Oh my goodness, the expressways. But yeah, if you guys are just joining in, if the Kings win, Dallas, Columbus, and Houston will be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. But if Dallas does end up winning, then everybody else before the Battlehawks and Gamblers game, everybody will be alive from playoff contention, which is freaking wild. Which is wild, if you ask me. All right, see what Austin Reed could do against this Kings defense. Talking up for the Reckon New Heisel. I'm excited to see that 4th and goal on docuseries. Yeah, Austin Reed. So his first 3 games, 254.3 yards per game with 9-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. But now at the last 5 games, he has only thrown for 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So this will be a great time to clean that stuff up. Stoops in motion, and here comes. Ooh, what a good hit! That's about a gain of 2 to 3. It was a gain of 2 to 3 right there. That was a really good hit. That's by Johnson. That was a hit by Johnson. Yeah, Quindell Johnson, the safety, with a gain of 3. Did they call a timeout? Did they call a final timeout? Oh, there's an injury. That's Gawar, number 7 on the. That's number 7. That is Eric Garrett, one of the cornerbacks, is down on the field. So there is an injured. There is an injured King on the field. Yeah, definitely. That's not good, Chief. Definitely not good there, Chief. But it looks like he's walking on his own. That's a good sign. Hopefully he's not Hopefully he is not badly hurt by any means. So let's hope that is. Let's just hope that that is the case here. So second down 7 with 10 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Yeah, the over-under is 46.5. Louisville, the Kings are favored by 1.5 today. Right now, they are down by 7. Dallas is leading 10-3 heading into today, coming in right now. Second down 7. I'm on the 23-yard line. Dropping back, Reed goes to screen, but that is a forward pass. That is going to be incomplete. Keegan Jones was the intended target. They broke up. The Kings that broke up the screen and the pressure coming in from the front 7, which was, again, the biggest bright spots this is the biggest bright spot for the Kings. Number 54. Good stuff. Number 54. Antonio Greer, the ones who got called blocking the back on the punt return. They're down 7. Pressure coming in. And Reed managed to escape, but now he crossed line scrimmage. He has no choice to run. He only ran for 1 yard, and that's a quick 3 and out with 9:57 remaining. So the Kings need to get prepared for the offense to go back onto the field. The pressure is there for the Kings right now. On that drive, it was pressure onto Austin Reed. It was pressure. It was nothing but pressure. Cutting on 4th and 5. Punt is ways away. And here's Lucky Jackson again. But this time he won't get as far. He will get down around the 27-yard line. And the Kings are seeking a touchdown. They're looking for a touchdown right here. Was a return with 9:18 remaining. Honestly, I would not care who wins this game because regardless of what happens, chaos wins. It doesn't matter who wins. It's chaos. Chaos will always emerge victorious when it comes to these games. Victory is chaos. Are there any other people that are streaming this game? I wonder. I don't know if anybody else is streaming UFL games. Oh yeah, Rising Rhino. I know he's been doing some. He's done some UFL games. Completely forgot that he was the one that was doing it. And some Fox, yeah. I've seen him on Twitter from time to time. So we've got several people. I feel like there's going to be a lot more streamers when it comes to. I feel like you get a lot more streamers heading towards the night game than you do in the afternoon. Because again, it's prime time. You get a lot more attention. Games get a lot more attention, I believe, when it's nighttime. Oh, Choctaw Stadium. Oh, does anybody miss Choctaw Stadium? I know some people do miss Choctaw. It just wasn't drawing the fan numbers in like they wanted to. First down 10 from the 27. Chandler Rogers in shotgun formation. And he's going to go past this one. This is the first catch for Isaiah Winstead, so he does get one for about 4 yards. It will be second down 6, Isaiah Winstead. He had a monstrous game in week 1 and ended up getting hurt, unfortunately, but still had a great game regardless. Kings have more total yards than Dallas, but they still seek a touchdown. But the running game is strong, 76 rushing yards compared to Dallas's 41. They just got to capitalize on. They just got to score points. That's the issue. Passing once again for Rodgers. Passing it to Wheeler, and Wheeler gets the first down, and he's still on his feet, and he gets tackled at the 42-yard line. Not only he can be a good runner, but he's also a great pass catcher too, just like he demonstrated there in breaking tackles. So that is a first down for the Kings. That's first down for the Kings. Dropping back again. They're going Temple, going way deep. He finds Tariq Black up, and he connects it. That is a first down to the 25-yard line by Tariq Black. Deep ball from Rodgers. They're finally passing the ball around. Most of the time they've been running the ball, but now they're sensing something. All right, now let's go passing. Oh, 24 should have stuck with Black. He should have stuck with his guy. Pass attempt for Rodgers. He's going for the end zone. Oh, and incomplete. It was deflected. Really good defensive play by the Renegades. That was Sean Wade with the deflection. Really good play from the Renegades. Tariq Black was the intended target. This time he did stuck with him. On the previous play, he did not stuck with him. Just really good stuff. And he stuck in the inside too. Really good job batting down the football. That's great defensive player stuff. He won that one for sure. Second down and 10. They're going to hand this off to Wheeler. And Wheeler will only get about 3 yards. Only get about 3. So you're now at third down and 7. Or third down and 6. 7 minutes remaining. Let's see. 7 minutes remaining. What can you do? You need to get to the 17. So we're 0 for 3 on third downs. That is definitely not a good sign. Oh, really high snap for Rodgers, but there's probably going to be a flag down, maybe false start. Yep. So, 3rd and 11. As on Zach Davis said, the tight end getting called for the false start. So now you went from 3rd and 6 and now so now you went from 3rd and 7 to now 3rd and 12. 5 penalties for 79 yards. Why is it that high? So why was it that high? Yeah, he jumped too early. Why are the penalty yards that high? Because of that deep ball pass interference. Rodgers dropping back. He's going to throw it, and wire's open. This is what it is now is a touchdown for the Kings. Caden Prather with the catch and run for the touchdown. False start? Nah, we can go for the end zone. We'll be fine. And the Kings did that. Oh, this might be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. But does he get in, though? That's a question. It's the first down, no question. Nope, he's down. His elbow's down at the 1. So, run it. All right, run it back. Not quite touchdown yet, but really good catch and run by Caden Prather regardless, and really good throw, too, from Rodgers. That was a Genie Harris supposed to be in coverage there, too. Well, really good catch and throw from Rodgers to Prather. 1st and goal now from the 1. And he's wearing the towel of shame. Hey, you did well. Hey, you did good, man. You did good. Done good. You did good, kid. You set your team up for success. That's what you need. Probably going to hand it off to Wheeler. Which they did. Helmet ripped off. And still not a touchdown. Goal line stand down for Dallas. Now we're second and goal. Looks like the Renegades might go 3 cracks at it. All right. They might go QB sneak here. Oh, he faked the sneak. He jumped back, rolled right, and he walks in and he runs to the end zone. Touchdown, Kings. Now this one does count. He faked the sneak, he jumped back and rolled right and ran into the end zone. Smart play design. That was a really good play design from Rodgers. Really good stuff. That was really good stuff. Tanner Brown now lines up for the extra point. The extra point will tie this game at 10 if Brown makes this extra point. You can't do a tush push, but you cannot do a tush push, but you can do that. That was some good trickery from Rodgers. Extra point up, and that is good. We are tied at 10. We are tied at 10. The throw to Caden Prather, and then the fake sneak. Rolling to the right. Just making Renegade players miss. That was good stuff. Louisville making this a great game right now. 10-10. I'm going to check and see what's going on. What are some reactions? Yeah, Fox Sports 1. Oh my gosh, Overwatch was released 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, that game. I remember playing that game a lot back then. And then when the Overwatch League, man, that was some good stuff. Like, I just wish I could go back to that time. That was some nice stuff back then. That was good stuff back then. Yeah, State of Stallions. We're all Renegades fans today. Every Stallions fans are Renegades fans. Right now, they're tied. They had a lead, and now they're tied. Let's see. Looks like nothing. Don't really have nothing a lot of tweets so far regarding about the game. Yeah, Matty Fresh said the big reason Dallas lost 5 straight was the inability to generate takeovers. They do have one, but they are tied, so you got to generate a lot. So you got to generate a lot more. Got to generate a lot more than that. All righty, let's go ahead and get back to the game. Renegades will have the ball. 5:44 remaining. The Kings had the ball first. The Kings will have the ball in the second half. Renegades had it first. Here's a good return, and he'll get down around the 36-yard line. And looks like that was Keegan Jones with the return. Keegan Jones with the return. Delicious. Jalen Rogers, 8 for 9, 101 yards. 2 rushes for 5 yards. 2 rushes for 5 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown is all you need, man. All right. How will Dallas respond? They need to retake the lead. With 5:38 remaining, 1st and 10 at the 37. Going ahead to go play action now. And he's going way deep. He tries to find a player open and is incomplete. It looks like it's uncatchable too. It looks like Cameron Dantzler was in coverage. Reed going deep once again. But this time there's no penalty on that play, thankfully for the Kings. Because that's what happened last time. That was exactly what happened last time. Dun, dun, dun. Second down and 10. All right, going to hand this off to Lingard, and Lingard does get the first down. He will get down around the 48 or 49-yard line. That is first down, Renegades. That's a really good run up in the middle. About 11 to 12 yards right there. Just run up the middle, or there's just nothing but where it's just nothing but green grass. So at the 49-yard line, 53 rushing yards now for Dallas, 80 for the Kings. Handoff again. This time he will get tripped up at the 49-yard line. No gain on the play for Lingard. No gain on the play for Lingard. We're about to reach the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Reed only 1 for 4 for 36 yards and a touchdown. They really haven't been doing a lot of passing. They were establishing a lot more on the run game, which is interesting because he had 2 running backs that are out. Maybe they're trying to subvert the Kings' expectations on their game plan, maybe. Reed going deep once again, and they're going to draw a flag. It looks like they're not going to draw a flag. Cameron Dantzler was in coverage of Tyler Vaughns. They need to negate ways to cover Tyler Vaughns because right now he's the only one who has made a catch into that touchdown. Also, Reed was 1 for 1, but has not completed another pass since, which is unfortunate. 3.5 minutes in. 3.5 minutes left. But what's going on? Are they resetting the clock? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Maybe they're resetting the Kane clock, maybe. Okay. Reed. And he's looking. Looks like there might be a hold in the backfield. But Reed past the 35. He will slide at the 32. Looks like there may be a holding at the backfield before he took off running. They might be holding. That is holding on number 71. That was Sam Tecklenburg, the guard. Will get called with this penalty. There he is right there. There's a little late. I think what it is, he was holding his collar. He was holding the collar. I think that's where they're gonna find that hold. They're down at 20. The good news is you didn't pass the 50. That's the good news. Fire in the middle. That's a catch. Now you cross the 50. And you're about 2 yards short, and that's Tyler Vaughn's. Right now, he's the only Renegade that has made a catch today. Who's been making catches today. So now you cross the 50. Now you got to go for it. I believe it's 4th and 2, though. So you're working some distance now. Working some distance. The Kings need a stop right here. Let's see. 2.5 minutes remaining. It's 4th and 2. It looks like a timeout might be taken by the Kings. Hold it. There's a challenge from Redmond. What is he challenging? Oh, they're saying, is it incomplete? Let's see. Let's see. So, ball does come loose. But does it hit the ground? I mean, I think I saw it touching the ground. He did not help possession. Oh, my God. Whoa. Wow. He did not possess the catch. So big stuff. Cameron Dent's like, wait a minute. That was incomplete, man. Hold up. That was incomplete. It's like, wait a second. That did not look like you completed that catch. You know, having like a good, friendly conversation between Fonz and Dantzler. Really nice stuff. But because of that, he did not maintain the possession. Punt is on the way for Dallas. The punt is on the way for Dallas, and the Kings can have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Kings have 3 timeouts, with Dallas only having 1. They're gonna roll it to the final 2. They're gonna roll it to the 2-minute warning, or punting right now. Lucky Jackson will fair catch it at the 20. 1:56 and 3 timeouts. And Hugh Heisel and his coaching assistant looks like the UFL official looks like they're not. He's having some argument. He is fuming. Hugh Heisel's fuming, man. Mm. 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 Let's see. What am I doing? Why am I pulling it on my phone? I could just pull it up on here. Yeah, Prather with a huge gain at the 1. Oh, number 3 is Quinterio Cole. Oh, okay. Number 3 is Quinterio Cole. Okay. Right. I see. Yeah. So later tonight, the Battlehawks has one thing to do. You win, you're in. You win, you're in. That is the rule. Oh wow! Oh my! Marlos has got a walk-off grand slam. Playing some See, you learn some lessons from the Braves, I see. Good job, Marlins. Beat the freaking Mets. Thank you, Marlins. Really appreciate it. Thank you for beating the Mets. All right. 2-minute drill for the Kings. What do we got? Hand off to James Robinson. Only gets 1 yard. Just take your time. All you can do is just take your time at this point. You don't really need to do a run game here. You just need to try to score big time. But if you do go 3 now, Dallas will use that final timeout. Rogers going a little deep. There he goes, Zach Davidson. Try to break a tackle, but he will get tackled at the 46-yard line. 1:28 remaining because the clock will stop every first down inside the 2 minutes. 3 timeouts now. Still 3 timeouts for the Kings. They can take their sweet time if they want to. Rogers going deep, and that's underthrown, but Lucky Jackson with the catch at the 24, knocking on the doorstep are the Louisville Kings. That was an underthrown ball, but number 6 that was an underthrown ball, but great adjustment from Lucky Jackson making the catch. Stephen Jones got to do a better job in coverage, and looks like that is going to be illegal substitution on the Renegades, because 47 was trying to walk off the field and the play happened. And we also got some flopping going on. What is going on, man? But the flag was a legal substitution, I believe. Because 47 was trying to walk off the field, but he didn't walk up in time. But that's some flopping action. Look at this. Gene Harris drew Davidson to the ground. And then he tried to grab his head, and then he flops. What the heck, Harris? He's supposed to flop right after the contact, not 1 second after. What are you, Vontaze Perfect? And he's off. Oh, he was offsides. I thought it was illegal substitution. I thought it was a legal substitution because he was trying to walk off to the field. But, wow, my. 1:04 remaining is 1st and 5. Hilarious stuff. 10 for 11, 156 yards for Rogers. And again, the Kings receive in the second half. At the 19. 1st and 5 at the 19. They're going to hand this off to Robinson. Robinson going left side and only gets about 3. We'll get tackled at the 16. You just got to be quick about it. 53 seconds remaining. Sounds like the Kings will take a timeout here, and that's exactly what they're doing. Timeout by the Kings. But 2 deep passes and an offside penalty. 2nd down and 2 now. 55 seconds remaining. And they're inside the red zone. The Kings are in a good spot. Kings are in a really good spot right now. Dallas, you might be panicking. Stallion fans, Aviator fans, Gambler fans, they be panicking too. Second and 2. Drop it back as Rogers. Rogers, he's still on his feet, but there is a flag. It might be, you should have thrown that away, because if that's a holding penalty, then they might decline it because you lost yardage on the play. 46 seconds remaining now. There's a flag, might be holding. And you're going to accept the penalty. Holding on the offense, number 63. Hold on real quick. What's up, Brown Pod? How are you doing? What's up, Brown Pod? How are you doing today? We are at the final 2 minutes of this game between the Renegades and the Kings. Kings just got a 10-yard penalty. They're going to hand this off to Wheeler, and it looks like he is only going to get about 2 yards on the play, so it will be 3rd down and 10. And the Kings are going to use their second timeout. They're going to use their second timeout on 3rd down and 10. They can either try to go for a field goal or a touchdown to take the lead because they do get the ball in the second half. So what do you do if you're the Kings? You definitely want to get some yardage. Look at that, 242 total yards. And you're tied. Oh my goodness, where's the offense of Dallas? 4 first downs for Dallas while the Kings only have 12. Where's the offense in Dallas? Where is it? Where the heck is it? Oh my gosh. This has been a pretty good game so far. Yeah, definitely a pretty good game so far. What was that? What teams are they? What teams do you have in your profile picture, man? What teams do you have in your profile picture? 3rd down and 10. Rodgers dropping back. He's going to go connect the black, but does not get the first down. He's 2 yards shy. Clock is ticking, so do you want to quickly go for it? 4th and 3. Are you going to go for it, or are you going to go for the field goal? Looks like they're going to... Clock's at 25. Dallas is going to take their final timeout. Final timeout for the Renegades. Oh, the Lions. Oh, okay. Okay, now I see the Lions. I thought it was used because the guy in the left, it looked like he's wearing like tan pants or yellow pants. I thought it was like UCLA. I thought it was UCLA for some reason. Looks like they're going to take their points and take the lead, which is something. That's something. Yeah. Yeah, that is funny. All right. Kings going for a field goal attempt. This will be their first attempt to take the lead. This is a 35-yard field goal. Tanner Brown's been doing really well so far. Definitely probably considered the best kicker with Matt McCrane. Should not be a problem. And that kick is good. The Kings are in the lead, 13-10. Kings are in the lead, 13-10 with 21 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and then we go to halftime. Yeah, so tonight, Battlehawks and Gamblers, we are doing that game as well tonight. So stay tuned for the second game of the doubleheader that we have going on. Battlehawks and Gamblers tonight at 7 Eastern after this game. And Friday, Renegades and Battlehawks. Depending on how the games go, we'll figure out what playoff implications do we have next. Austin Reed has not been good recently. Yeah, that's a problem. Here's the thing. When he was 3-0, he had 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. Today, on the 5-game losing streak, he has 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Not good. hasn't been looking good. Like, the Renegades have not been able to do anything defensively. Like, yes, I got that one takeaway from Quinterio Cole, but he really has not been doing well. What's your UFL team? Looks like Keegan Jones will go out of bounds at the 35. 15 seconds remaining. They might do a kneel down. Probably. But look at that. Yeah, so and that's the thing. Osirena has only like 2 catches. No, he has 1 catch. That was a 36-yard touchdown. He has not completed a pass since. Because they've been relying a lot more on the run. Why are you not there? You're stringing away from passing, and yet your top 2 running backs out, and you're doing this, and they're trying to make something out of it. Reed incomplete to Lingard. He was trying to go for a dump off. Let's see here. I used to root for the Panthers, but now that they're gone, I'm rooting for the Kings until they come back. Makes sense. Hey, Kings have been the Kings having a great turn, or having a really good turnaround. Thanks for sweeping us. Thanks for sweeping us. I'm a Defenders fan. Yeah, but thanks for sweeping us. 2nd and 10, Reed just going deep, going for the outside, and that was nowhere. Oh my goodness, this offense for Dallas today struggling. 1 for 8, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Should they have not traded Luis Perez? When we all talk about it, because I have dinner coming, because I have dinner I'm going to grab soon. But should they not have traded Perez? And we're officially at halftime. And I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for because it usually takes about 12, 13 minutes. So we're going to start the timer right now. And then I'll be right back. I am going to grab myself some dinner, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's Queso. Hopefully, I hope DC clinches a playoff spot today. They already clinched. Don't they already clinch a playoff spot? They clinched a playoff spot because the Aviators won yesterday. The Aviators won yesterday. So the Defenders already clinched. So that's weird that now they're saying they haven't. Yeah, like I'm looking at ESPN, they have that X, meaning they already clinched a playoff spot. Ben Affleck smoking me? Hold on, I'm looking up that picture. Ben Affleck. Hold on. Dude. Austin Reed only has one completed catch. Enough said. Enough said. One completed pass. Where's their offense? Where is the offense? Where is it? Where is the offense? Only 52 rushing yards, which is okay, but only one catch? Unfreaking believable. At least the Kings are really good at, my goodness. At least the Kings are really good at passing the ball. Chandler Myers is 11 for 12, 164 yards. Oh my God. 86 rushing yards. They're having a great run game. Look, they quit after one drive. I get Louisville's defense is good, but there's no way it's this bad. Yeah, like Kings defense is good, but it's more that the Renegades offense is so crappy. How did their offense get so crappy? Here's a bigger question. Do you think they should trade away Luis Perez? Because now Austin Reed's struggling. Who are you going to turn into? You can't turn back to Perez now because you already traded him. Oh my goodness. That is crap. That is so crap. Like, how do you even manage to get yourself to this point? That is bad. And again, you started 3-0. And again, you started 3-0, and now you're losing 5 in a row. If Perez was starting after going 3-3, Renegades likely in the prime playoff spot. They put their eggs in one basket. Like, Renegades just... What do we call the Renegades? Like, what's the nickname are we going to do the Renegades? Like, are they a false hope team? Like, is that what the Renegades are? Are they a false hope team after the XFL championship? Like, that's just unreal. That's just unfreaking real. The Renafraud. I mean, that's kind of like a given. Like, are they the lone Lee Star team? The lone Lee Star team? Because the Lone Star State, the lone Lee Star team. Because not once they have a winning record in a regular season. Not once. Not once. Think about that. They were bad in 24. They were 5-5 in 25, and now they can't even have a winning record this year. They can't even have a winning record this year. Like, what the frick? But you're talking about greatest turnarounds now. Kings are having us up a good turnaround. And there's a gambler, so take it as you will with the Lonely State team. I mean, true. You got a point there. Well, they both earn it because they're both from Texas, so they're both the Lonely Star. They're both the Lonely Star teams. So there you go. Okay, so really good. It's just frustrating, because when it comes, because here's the thing, like the NFL, there's midseason collapses. You do a good job, Tom Captain. Thank you, St. Brown Problem. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Your support is always welcome here. Here's the thing. The NFL, you had midseason collapses. Last year in the NFL, we had the Colts that went 7-1, missed the playoffs. You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that went what? They went 4-1, 5-2, and missed the playoffs. 2008, infamous seasons. You got the Buccaneers, you got the Jets, you got the 2009, you got the Broncos. We never really had a mid-season collapse in the UFL. The Renegades is becoming the first team in the league to have a mid-season collapse. Going from 3-0 to lose 5 in a row. It's like seeing that just makes me feel so frustrating. It's like, what could they do? Look at 81 total yards. Kings has 250. 29 passing yards. 29 passing yards. They had a 36-yard touchdown. 164 passing yards. 4 first downs for the Renegades and have a time possession of 12:41. It's frustrating. It is so frustrating. Like, I can't. Like, I thought me being a Jets fan was bad, but seeing this, my goodness, this makes me feel happy about being a Jets fan. Ugh. Yeah. No. Just no. Like, if I was a Renegades, I would crap at bricks. I would crap bricks, take those bricks, and just throw it to any facility. And just throw it at the Renegades and throw them at the Renegades. Because not just the Renegades you're looking at. Stallions fans, Aviators fans, Gamblers fans have to root for the Renegades to win because the Kings control destiny right now. They control their destiny. And the Kings win, 3 teams are going to be eliminated from playoff contention. With Dallas being one of them, obviously. Like, sometimes I just can't at times. Oh, man. Doing something real quick. Let me see this. Oop. There we go. That's much better. I'm just getting the banners ready for the second game. Getting it ready for the second game. Let's see here. What is at stake? So let's see. So what is at stake? Well, let's see. St. Louis Battlehawks will clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Houston Gamblers. On the other hand, the Houston Gamblers will lock the 1 seed. There we go. Now that's better. I'll say where. There we go. That's much better. DC and June football. What return? I am I still have not gotten out there yet, but I will definitely keep an eye on something. So who gets the ball back? It's Kings, right? Kings get the ball back. So let's go ahead and let's put them back on. Here we go. We're back. Back in the second half. This is Wheeler with the return. Past the 30. And he is still on his feet, and he's being shoved past the 45. He gets to the 47. Decent return. That's a good return. Really nice return. Wow. Really nice return. He was just, nope, you're good. You're good. Usually most of the time I'm a little behind with everybody, but that's all good. You didn't know. That's not your fault. It's all good, my man. It's all good. All good. But at least I know what happened. At least you didn't spoil it was a touchdown or anything. First down and 10 for the Kings at the 46. This is a handoff to James Robinson. Robinson, decent pickup. That's about 6 yards. Like I said, all good, man. All good. All good. Can the Kings extend their lead? And a beautiful day in the Kings, despite the rain before the game. See Lucky Jackson. I see a Winstead. Rogers throwing it deep. Oh, he threw it just over Black on the fade. Just overthrew him. Oh, he had him. It was ideal to throw there, but that was just overthrown to Black. And Redmond's like, oh, he had him. He had him. Man, he had him. He had him. Play clock winding down to 3 seconds. 3rd and 3. They're past the 50 as well. Rogers, play's dead. There's a flag on the field. Might be a false start. Oh, that doesn't help you at all. That didn't help you at all. They're calling on 68 on John Campbell Jr. And again, Renegades, if they lose, they will be eliminated from playoff contention. If the Kings win out their last 2 games against the Renegades today and next week against the Aviators, they will clinch a playoff spot. And right now, the Kings probably has the clearest path to the playoffs of any teams that are 3-5, 4-5, and 4-4. Chandler shakes off the tackle, and he throws in the middle. Wide open is Black. Black will get tackled at the 31-yard line. He was open. Great maneuverability by Chandler Rogers. Really great move. He just shook off a tackle. Whoop. He's like, nah, not going down. Not going down like this. That was on Darius Morgaine. Almost got the sack off of him. He's like, nah, man. Not today. And one of the offensive linemen is now hurt. And that is number 68, John Campbell, the guy they called on, the tackle they called on for a false start. And he's slowly but surely walking his way. At least he's walking on his own, so hopefully it's not too terrible for the tackle. But really good catch by Black. First down and 10 for the Kings. Handing it off to Robinson. Robinson going left, but he will lose yards. That was a loss of 2. That's Stephen Jones Jr. with the TFL, with the tackle for loss. Yeah, the line. Yeah, they're already penetrating. So what the freak? So why even bother to try to go left? At least you only lost 1 yard. Oh, and that's false start. That's 72. He jumped. Man, at this rate, they're going to have more penalties than they have points. What are they going to do? Try to copy the DC Defenders in week 1? Bruh. 8 penalties for 99 yards. The reason why they have that high penalty yards was because of that deep pass interference. 2nd and 16 now. Penalties are not helping. Rodgers tries to go for a screen, but pressure was there, and Robinson wasn't open. So now it's 3rd and 16. Now it is 3rd and 16. But what game plan are they going to do for 3rd and 16? Renegades need to stop. They need turnovers. They haven't been winning games because of the lack of production on turnovers. 3rd and 16. Drop it back, Rodgers. And he's going to scramble to his right, and he's going to go ahead and try to run this now. But he will only gain a yard. So that will be 4th and 15. And there's some little commotion off of the sideline. With 11:20 remaining. So you could go for a long field goal from Tanner Brown to extend the lead, forcing the Renegades to go for a touchdown. This is for 54, so it's not quite enough for a 4-point field goal because that's only good for 60. But Tanner Brown, 54 yards. Kick is up, and that kick is good. Tanner Brown has a leg. If there's any other NFL teams that really needs a kicker, Tanner Brown is your guy. Tanner Brown is your guy. Tanner Brown's your boy. And I meant to put the possession over here, but it's Renegades ball. My bad. It happens. It happens. But not a bad start for the Kings. They got some points. They extend their lead. The Renegades got to wake up, though. There's just lack of offense. There's just lack of offense. Like, again, seriously, only 1 completed catch? Really? Really? The heck are you trying to do, my friend, my man? But yeah, like I'm confused about why have they not said anything about DC clinching playoff. I thought they clinched the playoffs. I thought they had clinched the playoffs. Oh, nice glove collection. All right, so what can you, Dallas? You got to work something, bud. And they got to work with something. Here's a return, and this is Keegan Jones. With the return, he will get returned to the 34-yard line. One completed catch. Only one completed catch. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. First and 10 for Dallas. Rolling to his right is Reed. And Reed, he dropped it? How did you drop that? You were open. And there's a flag on the field. Might be roughing the passer. Yep. 22 on the defense, roughing the passer. Now the Kings have over 100 penalty yardage. They got to clean up on these penalties. You can't just toss him around like a rag doll. Allen just can't do that. Allen just can't do that. That was Jalen Allen, the edge. And here comes Lingard. Gets about 3 to the 49-yard line. So now they pass the 50. They cannot punt. Down by 6. It's 16-10. Dallas loses today. They are officially eliminated from playoff contention. Reed hanging out the Lingard. Reed still only have 1 completed catch out of 8 attempts. Going back as far as the first quarter when he threw that pass to Tyler Vaughns, and he has not completed a catch since. I don't get that. That is one of the biggest mysteries. Like, what is New Heisel's game plan here? Is it really trying to subvert the Kings' expectations with Lingard and Hodges in the run game, or Jones in the run game? I don't get it. Reed. And he throws to the middle, and he's trying to force it, and that's incomplete. There are Kings all over him. When in doubt, just dump a screen. Dump a screen. You had a running back open on the screen. That was your safe bet. He tried to force it in. And now you got to go for it on 4th and 6. Because you try to force it in. You can't force stuff in. 4th and 6. You got to get to the 41 now. Rush coming in. Gets a catch, but he got the first down at the 40. That was Lorenzo Lingard. He spins his way for a first down. That was just enough to extend the drive for the Renegades. And now it's the first completion since that touchdown pass. Unbelievable. Risen 10 going a little bit of tempo. And Lingard, there it is, past the 30, he gets tackled at the 25-yard line. There's the offense clicking. But can it click for a while now? It's clicking now. There's some pieces of the puzzle starting to connect together. There are some pieces of the puzzles that are connecting together. Reed looking for the pass. He's going for the end zone and incomplete. Looks like that was intended for Seth Green. Almost a catch near the. It was near the end zone too. Oh man. Halfway through the third quarter already. That was quick. That was definitely quick. 2nd down and 10. Drop it back, Reed. That's a hold right there. I look like it. Only a gain of 3 to Seth Green. So now it's 3rd down and 7. That was 3rd down and 7. Kings got to fend off. Reed only 3 for 12, 46 yards and a touchdown. Cameron Dance was really holding a big responsibility on to covering Vaughns. Look like empty backfield. Yep. Looks like one of the running backs are in coverage. Don't leave too much space. Going for the end zone, and that is batted down. Incomplete. That is Steel Chambers with the bat down. Reed really wanted to try to go for the end zone, but could not connect with Tyler Vaughns. He could not connect the Vaughns. Vaughns lined up on the slot, but Chambers was doing a good job in coverage. Almost got a pick. Almost got a pick in the progress. Dallas will try to go for a 40-yard field goal from Colton Thieker. He made a 49-yarder earlier. Snap. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. He went too far right. Oh, no. Thieker went far too much to the right. And the Kings will get the ball back. Oh, no. That's a kick in the teeth. That's kick in the teeth. Man. And the Kings will have another chance to extend their lead by multiple possessions. Dude, Dallas, what in the world? Like, Dallas is just blowing every opportunity they're getting. You have a roughing the passer penalty. Reed is trying to play too much hero ball, and then now you have a kicker that missed right. Could have been 16-13. What could have been? What could have been? Am I right or am I right? Because, my God, man. My Lord, man. The Greg Neuheisel being heated on the sideline. Yes, man. She's going back to a 1st down play. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Just check it down. Your safe option is check it down. He's trying to play hero ball. He's trying to play too much hero ball. Sometimes you gotta go safe. Sometimes you gotta be safe. And he's not being safe with it. 1st and 10 for the Kings at the 30. Here's a handoff to Wheeler. And Wheeler getting carried for a gain of 7. It will be 2nd down 3 with a 7-yard rush from Wheeler. Man. Second down 3 now. Rogers rolling to his right. And he's running, and he gets the first down. With a gain of 4, runs for the first down. That's a really good run. You can outrun the player, runs for the first down with all that green grass in front of him. 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. For Chandler Renz doesn't have a lot of yardage, but with all the rushing he's been doing, it's been really crucial to the team. Getting that first down and also rushing for that touchdown. So really good stuff for Chandler Rogers today. Looks like a pistol formation. I'm going to hand this off. Is that Robinson or Wheeler? I can't tell. That's Wheeler, but he will not get anywhere with this. He will not go anywhere. Look at that. Allowed 104 yards rushing today. In the last 5 games, only allowed 126 yards. And that was during a 5-game losing streak. Lucky Jackson going in motion. Rogers going deep left side. He had Winstead incomplete. One was a miscommunication or something. One was a miscommunication. Yeah, he was open. He had him open. It was just too out. It was out of reach for Winstead. Drop it back. Rogers, he's got to get out of there. Still alive, but he will finally get tackled for a sack. You would get down for a sack. Come on now, get out of the way. Try to figure out who was the one that got him down. That was TJ Franklin with the coverage. But Prather and Travers was being covered. Lucky Jackson was being covered. Davidson was being covered. They were covering everybody. So really good job containing the receivers by the Renegades that time. Catching in the sun. We'll take it from the 5. And helmet being ripped off. Where's the flag? Helmet got ripped off. That was Drake Stoops with the carrier. I don't like face. I don't know. Was that a face mask or that was just? Yeah, that's just unfortunate. So, Renegades get it back. Renegades get it back now. Here, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Yeah. So, because I feel like for the whole time you only see me with my head and nothing. And I feel like you only see my head and nothing, and then nothing else. So, kind of unfortunate. He'll lead him. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So again, so once again, so if if you're going to be tuning in after this game, we're going to move on over to Battlehawks versus Gamblers, which starts around 7. We're going to be how we're going to do this is we're going to focus on this game, and until that game is over, we're going to switch over to the other game. That is mainly how we are going to do it. So Reed regressed. He's been regressing. And there's Vaughn's just jogging, waving his hands, saying he was open. Three for 13, 46 yards. Like, oh my goodness. Anyways, 1st and 10 for Dallas. They look like offsides. They look like offsides to me. I think 54 just jumped too early. Yeah, 23. Yeah, he jumped. Double-digit penalties for the Kings. That's not what you want to have. That is not what you want to have, man. 190. The Kings have more penalty yardage than the Renegades have total yardage. What the hell? I'm baffled. Play action. And there you go. There is your target. Right through the middle. There you go. That's Curtis Hodges, the tight end, finally getting that's a good pass right there. It's a good pass right there. 1 yard run game right there. 1:52 remaining. Now, trying to come up with plays similar like that, please. My goodness. Second down and 9 after their 1 yard run gain. False start. Everybody but the center. Center did not move. And said he won, but pretty much everybody moved but the center. Oh, there's so many freaking penalties. There's 15 penalties in this game. 5 penalties for 40 yards. The Kings have 10 penalties for 119 yards. Jeez Louise. Oh, this is great. 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. But we have a minute left in the third. Coming back, throws a screen to Jones. Jones will lose 2 yards. Now you're 3rd and 16. Now you're 3rd and 16. Ha ha ha. 3rd and 15. This might be the final play before we head to the end of the third quarter. third down conversions. 0 for 8 on third down conversions. Gosh. Going deep and they're going to flag that for pass interference. He made contact early before the ball reached to a Renegade player. It looks like he knew too. So that was a deep pass too. So that is going to, that's some big field position. Yeah, it was at Guar. Was it Guar? Yeah, Eric Guar. He made contact with Emmanuel Butler too early. They're going to call that. They're going to call that. They will call that. They're going to do one more play. Reed rolling, and he will throw on the run. He connects with Green. Green does get the first down at the 17 or 18. And like that, everybody, we have reached to the third quarter. So only a field goal was made in the third quarter between two teams belonging to the Kings. But now we're in the final 15. Every possession, every point matters. And now all the teams will have to fight like they're going to fight like their lives depends on it. So, if you guys are just tuning in, this is a close game between the Dallas Renegades and the Louisville Kings. If the Kings win, not only they will knock out the Renegades out of the playoffs, not only they will knock out the Aviators out for the playoffs, but they will also knock out the Gamblers out for the playoffs. That is what is at stake right now. If the Kings win out their two games, they win today and they win next week against the Columbus Aviators, then the Kings have punched their ticket for the playoffs. Stay tuned. We have 15 minutes left of this game. Buckle up. This is where, how Scott Hansen will say on NFL Red Zone, this here is this witching hour. This is where wins become losses and losses can become wins. Right now, Renegades are down by 6. They currently have the ball. They are inside the red zone. They're at the Kings' 18-yard line and currently has possession of the ball. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Kings still have a challenge remaining, but the Renegades do not have one because they did throw a challenge that prevented a touchdown on the punt return in the first quarter. So that is exactly where we are at right now. Austin Reed trying to make some connections with the Renegades offense after a horrible start in the first half on offense. They're trying to clean that up. So Reed looking all right so far. They're at the 18. It's going to be first down and 10. What can they do to tie this game, to try to take the lead if they get the extra point after a touchdown? Because they're only down by 6. They're only down by 6. Because this is a good game. Because this has been a decent game. This has been a decent game so far. So why is they not saying the defenders have clinched a playoff spot? So why are they not saying the defenders have clinched it? I don't get it. I don't know if it's just a graphic that is wrong by Fox, or I don't know. I don't friggin' know. But first and 10 now at the 18. Well, this is Leanin. This is the backup now. And he just got hit. He just got rocked at the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 7. This is Leanin, the backup, Luke Leanin. now he's going to go right back onto the sideline, and Austin Reed is going to go ahead and come back in. 2nd and 2. That was an 8-yard gain. Reed is 6 for 16, 89 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 2. They need to get to the 8-yard line. Lingard's going to get the handoff, but he is not going to go anywhere. He lost 2 yards, so that will be 3rd. Now it's going to be 3rd and 4. Now it's 3rd and 4 for Dallas. Again, life's on the line. Your playoff hopes are on the line. Dallas, if they lose, they will be eliminated from playoff contention against the Kings. 3rd and 4. This is a crucial 3rd down. This is a crucial 3rd down for Dallas. Got 2 high safeties. Reed trying to go somewhere. And he's going to go for it. And there it is. That is a catch by Curtis Hodges. That is a touchdown for the Renegades. If they get this extra point, they will take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. But hold on, there's a flag on the field. Hold your horses. Let's see. What's the flag? What is the flag? Hold on. Hang on. Oh, after the play. So it looks like it was a sportsmanlike. So there was a sportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Dallas, I believe. But he created that space. It was just wide open. Oh, he threw the ball at a King player. You can't do that. So now you're 15 yards back. So now you went from a 33-yard field extra point to now 48-yard field goal extra point attempt. So you just made it harder for your kicker, and this is for the lead. So if you missed this, you know what we're going to call back to. Kick is up. Did he get it? He did indeed get it. Renegades have taken the lead. The Renegades have taken the lead here after sloppiness on the offense. Now the Kings need to retake this lead. With 13:43 remaining, 17-16 Renegades. Oh my goodness, I'm just this is entertaining. This is going to be really entertaining. Alrighty. 17 penalties. My goodness. 17 penalties. And a good amount, and Kings, why they're so high was because of pass interference. That's mainly why. Not a winning formula if you have over 100 penalty yardage. That's definitely not the winning formula. And the Calgary Stampeders. Oh, yeah, FIFA. Oh, it starts in June 11th. Oh, wow. So it's really close. I didn't even know that was FIFA was closer. I thought it was like July or something. No, it's June. June 11th. Alrighty. And Kings are going to go for a touchback. The ball bounces in the end zone. They will get it at the 40. So the Kings need a response. Dallas has taken the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Can your defense, like they did on the Kings' first drive, can they force a takeaway? They only got that forced fumble, and that was it. I think there was only one. I think we only see one turnover today, and that was that forced fumble onto James Robinson by Quinterio Cole, recovered by Antoine Jackson. But here we are at the 40. Rodgers with a handoff to Wheeler. Correction, looks like that's not Wheeler, but I think that's James Robinson. He gets the first down. Passing midfield, they're now in Renegade territory, so they can no longer punt. They can no longer punt now. First down to 10. James Robinson, 17 rushes for 70 yards at the 49-yard line. Play clock winding down. Going to hand it out to Robinson again, and Robinson almost had a crease, but he got pulled on the sleeve, and that's about a gain of 9. That's a gain of 9 for Robinson. Second down and 1. Second down and 1 now. Battlehawks are favored by 3. And over-under for that game is 42.5. That's the total. 46.5 for this game, but we're kind of close. It's 17-16. So 33 points combined. Rodgers play action and really good play action. Isaiah Winston with the speed pass of 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 with the block from Wheeler. That is touchdown, Louisville Kings. The speed from Winstead, the block from Wheeler, and like that, the Kings referee taking the lead. Holy jeepers. The play action baited. They bait the Renegades with that play action, hold it just long enough. And he was just open, and Winstead with the speed. Wheeler already running up the field, trying to find a block. And forcing Eugene Harris to come down. Really good. That is great play action from the Kings. And just like that, the Kings have retaken the lead. And the Kings are going to go for 2 points to make it a 7-point game. They are up by 5. They are going to go ahead. They look like they're trying to go for 2, but they will go for the... Now, Redmond's now asking, why can't I go for 2? He wants to go for 2. He said go for 2, left hash. That's what he's going for. He's going for 2, left hash. So they're going to go for 2 to be up by 7 so the Renegades so that way they can't win by an extra point. But if they do miss this, however, Dallas can win the game with a touchdown. So that is a little bit of a double-edged sword here. 2-point attempt at the 2. Robinson in the backfield. Robinson's in the backfield. There's Winstead lining up on the slot. He's in motion now. Now on the same side as Jackson. Rodgers in throwing it to Winstead. Got it. The Kings have extended their lead. Hold it. There's a flag on the play. Hang on. Hold on. What are they going to call? There's a flag in the backfield. Is they're going to call holding? Or are they going to call holding? Hands to the face. Dang. Dang. Hands to the face. Well, that just makes this stuff a lot tougher then. That means you're going to be at the 12-yard line then. Man, that's unfortunate. Right there. Yep. Yeah, his hands to the face. Can't do that. That's unfortunate. You still going to go for 2, right? Yeah, you still go. Yeah, you still go for 2. So you still go for 2, but you're going to be very far away. You're going to be at the 12, though. So this is going to be a lot. So this is tougher. Oh, no. Oh, it's a 15. That's right. It's a 15-yard penalty. Hands to the face. Is it 15 yards? No, I don't. I thought it's 10. Looks like it's 10 yards. Looks like they have it from the. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, it's a 12. It's a 12. So it's a 10-yard penalty. All righty. Here we go. Drop it back. Rodgers. He's going for the end zone. He guys, man, does he get to the end zone? Just like he does. He just reached it. And he got it. He's just short. Never mind. He's short. No, he's short. Let's see. No, he got that. No, he got that. He's not short. He got that. No, he got that. He got that. He was not short. There's no way. He got that. Because not touching, not touching, not touching. Right there. See, right there. What the plane. Elbow not down. Knees not down. He got it. Is a successful try. 2 extra points for the Kings. They are now up by 7. My gosh, the tenacity of the Kings is impressive. All right, we got it. Oh, great. Hands to the face. Great. But, hey, we managed to get it on for 12 yards in the speed by Isaiah Winstead. Unbelievable. No matter how many penalties you can throw at the Kings are still finding ways to try and win the game. Kings up by 7. With 12-13 remaining. Dallas in trouble. Dallas is in trouble. But yeah, that speed from Winstead, that was just good. Somebody tweeted Dallas sacrificing their own postseason to keep Birmingham out of the playoff picture. The Diamondbacks mascot has taken off his shirt. He joined the tarps of the crowd. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, so we have 12-13 remaining. So if you're joining in, the Kings are in the lead. Dallas loses. They are eliminated from playoff contention. In about 20 minutes, we have another game coming up between the Battlehawks and the Gamblers, so stay tuned for that. Once this game is over, we're going to go ahead and jump to the other stream we can go ahead and jump to the other stream. I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement on Twitter about this game, about the game that we have coming up. Give me a quick second, my friends. Let's see. Taken in by Harris. Harris past the 40, and he gets to the 45. That's a really nice return from Dallas. Yeah, so like I said, so after this game, we will jump on over. We will jump over. We will jump on over. We will jump on over. 125 rushing yards for the Kings and 78. 12 penalties, 151 yards. Oh my goodness. 151 yards of penalties. Jeez Louise, kids. You guys are doing a little bit of roughhousing. 1st and 10, Reed. He's throwing a miss. Oh, and that is picked off. That is picked off by Eric Gawar, and he's bringing it back. Still on his feet. And he will go down at the Renegades 40. And things are getting chippy now between both sides. And there is the turnover that Dallas does not need. And the Kings are hyping up real good now. What a costly mistake from Austin Reed. You got the turnover chain. Eric Gawar did. Just chilling at the top. You know, he was pretending to blitz. And he just never saw him. He just never saw the safety. And he's like, go, 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 go. Like, what was Reed trying to do? How did he not see Gawar just in front of his receiver? Oh, man. And there's the turnover chain for the Kings. 15 turnovers in the last 15 games, for the last 5 games for the Kings. And now the Kings have an opportunity to put the dagger into the Renegades' playoff hopes. Handing it off now will get nowhere. You try to hand it off to Wheeler, it will end up going nowhere. Oh, dude, the fall of the Renegades is real, dude. The fall of the Renegades is, my gosh. Rodgers, I don't know what the heck you were throwing that, but don't know where you were throwing that to, but thankfully it didn't get picked, question mark? He doesn't. He just, I don't know why he threw that. Like that, he was not open to begin with. He faked the blitz. He faked the safety blitz. And now Rodgers, he's going to go ahead and try run it, and he gets the first down. Ooh, nice slide. He did not get hurt that time. First down Kings with a good run from Rodgers. My gosh, the Kings are playing on fire. They swept the defending champions. Because think about the victories they had so far. My goodness, it's unreal. They started, so think about it for the Kings now. They started 0-3. They beat the Gamblers. Oh crap! Who else? They beat the Gamblers. Who else did they beat? I forgot who else did they beat. Wheeler's still on his feet and almost pretty much getting a first down. I'm looking up I'm looking at who else did they beat? No, not them. That's right. They won against the Renegades. Yeah, so they went 0-3, beat the Gamblers, beat the Renegades, and they did lose to the Battlehawks, which is quite unfortunate. But then they swept the defending champions Defenders, and now they are about to be having a winning record for the first time this season. If the score keeps like that. Crazy times. This is crazy times. This is crazy times. 147 rushing yards they have allowed today. 2nd down and 7. Connect to James Robinson on the run, and he gets the first down. Where's the defense for Dallas, dude? Dallas has the worst defense in the league. And with the offense regressing, that is no wonder they had such a collapse. It was no wonder that they had a collapse to end the year. First down to 10 for the Kings. Going to hand this off to Wheeler, and Wheeler with a run past the 25, 20, 15, 10. Oh, was it a fumble? Hold up. Did he cross the goal line with the ball? Was it a fumble? Oh, where was the fumble? It looked like he fumbled before he crossed the goal line. See what they say. So this is not like, so the rule is not the NFL where the ball fumbles out of bounds, but good peanut punch by Sean Wade. Really good peanut punch. But the rule in the UFL is the team, if you fumble the ball and it went out of bounds, and even though it went out of bounds through the end zone, the team that has the ball will have it where the fumble occurred. This is not the NFL where if the ball was fumbled, went through the end zone and out of bounds, the opposing team gets it. It is not that rule now. The Kings will have it, place it around the 5 or 4 yard line. And speaking of the Kings, they're going to call their timeout with 7:52 remaining. So, like I said, Dallas, if they lose, they are eliminated from playoff contention. The Kings winning today and next week against the Aviators, winning out will punch the Kings a ticket to the playoffs. This is high stakes, man. This is high stakes football right here. This is high stakes football. Yeah, so this is not the Yeah, I really knew how to believe that the ball is theirs after the fumble out of the end zone was a huge red flag to me. Yeah, you got to understand the rules because I had a feeling the fumble rule was not what the NFL is. First down and goal. Handing off to Wheeler. He's in. That is touchdown Kings. And there is a flag occurring in the end zone. So it might be after the play was over. And the penalty would be enforced on the spot, so his face mask on Dallas. So that's just more salt in the wound. Oh, dude. Oh, man. What the freak, dude. I really do not get it. Dallas, you're screwed. You are screwed, Dallas. $7:47 remaining. They're going for two. I'm going to try to force Dallas to go for two. False start. Looks like I see some of the linemen jump early. So many penalties. We have 20. We have 20 penalties. We have 20 penalties combined in this game. Dallas Renegades and late game collapse. The name of a more iconic duo. Oh yeah, Isaiah Winstead was a player on the Renegades. I completely forgot. I completely forgot about that. Still going for 2 points. Rodgers throwing for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. The conversion fails, so now the Kings will lead 30-17. Renegades have 2 full chances. So remember, there is a 4th and 12 they can go for. There is a 4th and 12. Game time in Houston. Howdy, partner. Yeah, the Kings are a wagon right now. Didn't see this team turn the corner. They have the best turnaround this season. No doubt about it. They have the best turnaround this season. Impressive. Very, very impressive. I'm happy for the Kings. And with the Kings' victory, they're gonna be above the defenders because because they swept them. So with the Kings' victory, the Kings are going to have the 2 seed. The Kings are not the 2 seed. The Kings will have the 3 seed, and the defenders will have the 4 seed. And also think about it in the standings, even though because Stallions can't break tie with the defenders. Renegades can't break tie with the defenders, even though they're 5-5. Gamblers can't break a tie with the defenders, and the Aviators can't break. Well, the Aviators can't even beat the defenders. So that is mainly why DC. So in a way, that's mainly why DC clinched, because of the Stallions could potentially have a better record with a 5-4 record. But wow. Crazy, crazy stuff here. 7:47. Dallas has 747 to get 13 points. At least 13 points to stay alive for the playoff picture. Renegades lose, they are eliminated from playoff contention, and along with a couple others. Gene Harris taking it from the 12, past the 30, past the 35. He will get tackled at the 35-yard line. So Reed will come back to the field after throwing that bad interception to Eric War. Man, Rick, they had to cut him off because he's that heated. My. New Heisel is that heated. Renegades are just really upset right now. Reed will drop back. You can't even catch a friggin' pass as you're going off of a flat. Seriously, Jones? Really, man? This is definitely the worst loss. Well, their stretch against the Kings was definitely the worst losses they have. Heading off to Jones, and he only gets a gain about 5, so now you're 3rd and 5. Right now, is no punts. You cannot do any punts at this point. Can't do punts at this point. Third down to 5. Reed rolling to his left. He's throwing it deep. Incomplete. Trying to intend for a Tyler Vaughn. Now it's 4th and 5. They have no choice but to go for it at this point. I think they have no choice but to go for it. You have 6.5 minutes remaining. You have 6.5 remaining. So in about a couple minutes, the Battlehawks and Gamblers will start to play. But like I said, we want to make sure that we are going to do this game first, and then once that's done, we'll switch over. He threw that behind him. What the hell, dude? Turnover on downs. Kings have it. Turnover on downs. It's all smiles for the Kings. And it's all anger and sadness for the Renegades. Because what the hell were you throwing at? Where were you throwing at? He threw that way behind him. He wasn't even ready. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And now the Kings have it at 39. Touchdown. You sealed it. .556 now. Dude, like the Kings, like it was a slow start for the Kings. It was a slow start for the Kings, but the second half was where they truly shined. New Heisel is just talking to Reed. Second down and 9, dropping back. Throw it in the middle to Zach Davidson. That is a first down at the 28-yard line with 5:13 remaining. Oh, man. I forgot to change possession. There we go. Chandler Rogers is 15 for 20, 243 yards, a touchdown. And he got one rushing touchdown earlier today, too. Robinson with a carry. Trying to spin around, gets to the 23. Not a first down, but slowly but surely we'll get there. All you got to do is just let the clock run out, prevent the Renegades from getting the ball. 192 rushing yards compared to 82 for Dallas. 192 rushing yards. Dallas had no answers with the run game. For the last five, for the losing streak they had no answer to the run game. 1 yard gain for Robinson, 3rd and 4 now. 4 minutes remaining. Yeah, so now it's 3rd and 4. 193. My God. That's putrid. That is putrid for Dallas. Play action. Rodgers going for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Kings. My gosh. Dunking. Call them the Dunkin' Donuts. They're dunking on the Renegades. Beat the crap out of them the first time, and they are doing the same thing there. And they're doing the same thing here. Oh my gosh. This is unreal. At this point, Renegades quit. This was a collapse of the ages in the UFL. This was a collapse for the ages. You started 3-0. You started 3-0. And you're going to lose 6 straight games. I have never seen anything. I don't think anybody that's watching the UFL ever since its inaugural season in 2024, I don't think we have seen anything like this ever in the United Football League. Not once. This was a collapse. This was a collapse that we have not seen before. 3-0. 3-0. 3-0. And you lose, and you're going to lose 6 straight. How do you do it? Get out. Get the hell out. Just get out. Three-position game. Oh my goodness. Hey, Serrano guy, do you know who has the ball right now between the Battlehawks and Gamblers? Jalen Morton, how about your old team next week? And they're playing the Kings. You know the Kings are going to try their hardest. And they're having Luke Lennon to be in quarterback now. Man. Speaking of the devil, here's Serrano guy. How, dude.
I have to come on here and save my peace. Jalen Morton, if you're listening to this right now, please help your whole team. Now, you know, this is not going to be a Jalen Morton thing. This is not a Columbus please helps the Stallions thing. This is a Dallas. Enjoy Cancun. Okay, I was trying to not mock them. I said
They pass
I was
Emmanuel
not
Butler.
mocking Dallas. I was like this. I'm going to not mock Dallas for the next 2 weeks if they win this game. But no, it's too late now. Too late now. They rescinded the deal. Guess what? Dallas, I hope you enjoy Cancun. 3 seasons. 3 seasons. You guys, did you guys make a deal with the? Did you guys make a deal with the devil or something to win an actual championship? Because you go 3-7, and then after that, it's like, all right, and like they did look competitive, but they still lost in games that they should have won. The 2025 happens. They still lose games they should have won, like Michigan and DC, ironically enough, back-to-back years. And then now this year, it's like, oh, Rick Neuheisel, the Arizona Hotshots head coach, you know, he actually led John Wolford and company to a good record before it shut down. It's like, all right, we have hope. They have hope. 3-0. Lose to Columbus, which is like, all right, that's just the way it goes.
You lose to Columbus, and then you lose to freaking who?
Was it?
Then they lose to the Kings, and then they lose to Defenders. Then the Stallions in overtime. Then they choke 10 points to the Storm, and then they did this.
This is like I really don't know where like this is. Like, is this just like a Dallas curse at this point? It's enjoy Cancun, Houston. You're going to Cancun. Welcome to Cancun as well. You know,
and Columbus, welcome to Cancun as well.
And the A's going to Cancun, which honestly, that's the only team I'm like, that's just the more, I really don't know how to feel about this Aviator season. It's like, are they this bad? No, but they weren't great.
They weren't great. That's definitely one thing that is true. They weren't great.
But, like, you could tell in some moments they could have, like, maybe did something to probably get themselves a win or so, but you just can't really see it.
No.
But other than that,
why are they not showing that the Defenders clinched a playoff spot? There's no X near the Defenders. What is it?
I don't know. And the UFL and the DC Defenders social media put their post that they say they clinched. So I don't understand. I mean, I've seen it graphic a couple times that the Defenders clinching their, like, when they show like the UFL playoff picture that's currently going on. Now
I don't understand.
So now 3 teams are out of the race, and now Louisville and Birmingham. Man, Mike Leopold loves his horses, huh? Enough.
Yeah. Mike Rapoli likes his horses. He likes his horses.
This is says.
Oh, Lingard runs in for a touchdown.
What is it now? What,
37-23, but
you need to get 2 4th and 12.
Yeah, guys. I mean, it's very slim at this point.
Yeah, how many minutes are left again?
There's a minute 30 remaining. Dallas has all 3 timeouts.
You would need to basically score pretty much immediately if you are Dallas.
Yeah.
Like,
they're probably going to go for 3, maybe.
Wait, final game is in Columbus, right?
Is in Columbus, I believe. Yes.
All right. Yeah, so the final attendance number for at the stadium has dropped to 10,000. Has dropped, and the number is 10,378. All right.
Kings reached 10,000 for every home game.
That's pretty good. I mean,
really great attendance from the Kings. Really great.
I mean,
and he missed the extra point. God damn it.
So it's what, 14-point game?
It's 37-23. You missed the extra point. My God, man.
So 4th and 12. You better hope for a quick touchdown pass, and then another 4th and 12. And you just basically pray that they go to OT, but we know that's not happening.
It's very slim though. But it looks like they benched Reed. Reed regressed hard.
I feel like Reed has been struggling. Like after the 3-0 hot start, it's like he
regressed big.
He flamed out. Like it's kind of like a drag race, you know, like you have like enough power for one race, and that's kind of us Reed. It's like, you know, but if you put it for like more than like 1 or 2 races, that's
kind of reminds me of Mac Jones. He had a great rookie year, and then seasons 2 and 3, especially season 3, he regressed hard.
I mean, at least with Mac Jones, the excuse was more with coaching because.
But
Grant said Josh McDaniels. I mean, to be fair, Josh McDaniels, good offensive mind for when he's the OC.
Yeah.
Obviously,
sacked and fumbled. That's Cam Gill with the fumble. Cam Gill with a sack.
And so that's pretty much game.
Yep, holding on to Dallas.
That's game.
So that's game. So we're gonna call. So, for you guys that are listening in, we are gonna go ahead and we are going to jump ship. We are going to jump ship over to the Battlehawks and Gamblers. I will see you guys in a few minutes. I'll see you then.